That's horrible. I don't know who designs a bridge with lots of sharp rocks in front of it.
Oh, amazing. You need to tell me how you do this.
It does it really good, doesn't it?
I've never seen anything like this before, so...
Last episode of my extraordinary sailing stories, today with the strangest boat you have ever seen, a yellow Proa catamaran with Henrik Richter-Alten. Check this out.
Henrik, this is one of the most mysterious boats in the Silverrudder, I would say. I cannot figure out how you tack. So please show us the basic of the boat. Which way are you going?
Sure. This is a Pacific Proa.
Yeah.
That means it has a shorter hull and a longer hull. And the shorter hull you see over there is always kept on the windward side. So that means wind is always coming from there, from this direction, and never from this direction.
And pushing here.
Pushing here, exactly. So that also means you cannot tack. You cannot turn a boat around. It's not possible. I mean, it's possible, but then you cannot sail anymore. So the way how this is sailed is that you take the sail from one end, pick it up, walk around here, put it back on the other end, and then you reverse the direction. That's also why it has two rudders.
Okay.
So I can show you.
Yeah, show me. Show me at least how the rudder works up. I will jump on here.
Once you have walked the sail over to the new end, release this end and pull on this one. That's changing the rudder. Now you have your new rudder going that way.
That was quite fast.
Yeah, the whole process from releasing the sheet to bringing it over, switching the daggerboards if needed, switching the rudders, pulling the sheet back in takes about 50 seconds.
50 seconds.
Yeah, it's considerably slower than tacking and jiving, for sure.
Yeah.
It has no real advantage of tacking or jiving, to be honest. This is just the way it is on this type of vessel.
So you always keep the wind from this side, right?
Yes, you have to picture it as the most radical keel boat you can think of.
Yeah.
You know, your keel yard, it has a big weight under it.
Yeah.
And then it heels over and brings the weight to the side where it's most effective. Okay. And this boat always has the weight on the side. It comes from the Pacific Islands. So what I'm doing here is a collaboration with Wana, Elon and Budget on the Marshall Islands. It's a small canoe school. They revive their indigenous knowledge by teaching young people. This challenge as a small personal challenge for me to symbolize a bigger challenge that we all have. Because in the end, we all share the same ocean.
Okay.
But I've never been around Fyn, especially the northern part. I have no idea how that looks like.
What's the average speed you're doing with it?
It's not as crazy as you would think. Keeping in mind, this is still like something like a traditional vessel.
Yeah.
I think my top speed is about 14 knots.
That's a lot.
But that's not what I do every time.
No.
So you really have to push it, and you need the right wind, the right course, no waves, then it's possible. When there's wind and it's like a reach or a wind from the side, then 10 knots, double digits are totally possible.
Okay.
The question is how long you can keep that up over time.
Do you have any kind of autopilot to steer, or is...
For years, this was my autopilot. Just goes on here. So you set up, because I have these two daggerboards, one here and one, theoretically I can also put one here. I can very well balance the boat. So it can go on a straight track on any point of sail. I actually put a tiller pilot on here and here. Another challenge on a boat like this, because you need to put it one time there and one time there, and it's a different direction. So you need to find one that can work in both directions, is comfortably to switch.
That's true.
Same with the lights, navigational lights. I need two sets of navigational lights.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I have a switch in there where I can go like this direction or off.
Okay.
It's one big sail. It's in here.
Yeah.
It has two spars. So it's right now it's packed.
Yeah.
When it's up, it looks like this, like a triangle.
Okay.
There's one spar in the front and one spar on the bottom, and some people call it crab claw. I prefer Oceanic lateen. It's a traditional sail from the Pacific. It's incredibly powerful in medium to strong wind. Not so nice in light winds because it gets its shape by the wind. Yeah. It's just a flat piece of cloth. There's no shape into it. Yeah, I'm using Dacron because I had it laying around. First 2 years we used polytarp. It's no problem at all. You can use polytarp. It's just not as nice as Dacron. And then I also have, for downwind, I have a gennaker, small one. Okay. The tiniest gennaker you can find. But it makes a big difference. If the wind is like it's on the forecast right now, then I think I will be using the gennaker downwind. Yeah. If I need to, I mean, if it's 17 knots downwind, that's enough. I don't need it because I'm already at 10 knots, and then I really don't need it. It's more for boosting in light wind.
And what will be the most difficult part you think?
Oh, my arch enemy is this bridge over there, Svenborg. So yeah. That's horrible. I don't know who designs a bridge with lots of sharp rocks in front of it and strong current.
You can come on board, Freya.
Oh. Ja, danke für den Feuerlöscher. Okay, now I'm almost safe.
You have your rockets.
Yeah, my rockets are still with Anne.
Okay. Try to jump in.
Check it out. You're lucky because it's almost cleaned up in a way.
Not bad at all. So you can sleep and there you can sleep there as well. So
I built it with a friend together. Yeah. So we needed two sleeping places. Once in there, once in here.
It's plywood and reinforced with glass fiber.
Yeah, it's plywood, and this is we recycle a lot of wood because, as I said, it's a prototype. Yeah. And we wanted to be more realistic to the materials what they use on the islands. And they don't have great stuff laying around, so we use scrap materials. This is like, most of this wood actually is from old roofs that were broken down. We took pieces, scarfed them together so we have no knots, and then entire construction cost us about 4,000 euros, including rent for the workshop.
Is it watertight?
Yes.
Not leaking too much?
No, not at all. Never has. Macrolon glued on with glue that's for windscreens of cars. And that's bulletproof, essentially. Okay.
What kind of navigation do you have? I guess that's difficult because you need to switch that phone. Okay, then
goes in here.
So you can switch direction more or less.
It goes in here. I have a seat here. This thing.
Okay, show me.
You can sit like here. You have access to your drink, to your food, to your lights, to your phone, knife, everything you need. I have a tiller extension that I can use from here. Pick my sunscreen, whatever's necessary. And I'm protected in the back. That's how I plan to spend most of the time.
The other hull, should we check that out as well?
Sure. It's almost empty by now.
So I guess it's only storage, even if it's larger, right?
This would be used for the fish or for storage. This is my engine. Yeah. It's the cheapest engine I could find.
Is it a trolling motor?
Trolling motor. Yep. We 3D printed this part to make it more hydrodynamic. Yeah. And it's rusty, it's corroded, but it's somehow working. I wonder how. It's still working.
It looks very dry as well, so that's very impressive that all multi-hulls have some water.
This is dry. It's getting now after 5 years. It's getting. You can see here. We should have covered this a little bit better. So this will need redoing after a while. Yeah, it has this ventilation, so maybe that helps.
That helps.
Well, I'm not sure about the other multis, but this thing is entirely held together by string. So
so it's no screws, bolts.
No screws, no bolts. This is the only metal. Well, you can see tiny bits of metal like this, or like this cover here, or like this part, but that's pretty much it.
So it's possible to disassemble to a smaller piece?
If you cut here, it falls apart. So don't cut here. No, but this is what keeps it together, and this gives it some sort of flexibility. Let me show to demonstrate. See?
Yeah, I see, but it's strong. It's strong.
This is like when you go over waves. This is like a shock absorber, so it doesn't pound too much and it doesn't put too much force on the entire platform.
And how did you learn to sail it, or was it just a self?
No, that was from the Marshallese people.
Okay.
Yeah, when we worked there, they taught me how to sail. You need to learn. This maneuver when you pick up the sail is
tacking, yeah. Jibe tacking, or is it the name?
It's called shunting.
Shunting,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
In English. They call it diak. You have to learn it. Because when you do it wrong, then you're messing it up, you're turning around, getting the wind from the wrong direction. You're in big trouble. You really need to, it's like a dance, you need to move in the right motion with the boat and the wind, and it gets more difficult with waves.
We will for sure keep an eye on you. It's easy, it's yellow, so...
Yes, please do.
Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on you and follow you. We will try to do some good drone shots and go around you.
Awesome.
So that's the plan. If you reach the top of Funen, we will try to film something there as well.
Oh, great.
So that's the plan. If you're there before it's dark,
well, I do my best. I cannot promise.
Nah, just do your best.
It's quite far. How far is it? Like 40, 50 miles?
Yes.
I can maybe make it. Yeah.
Maybe.
We see how well it goes.
Do your best, and I will do my best to be there and do some filming.
Yeah.
And
awesome. That's a good motivation to push. Yeah.
Thanks, and good luck.
Thank you.
So, how did it go for Henrik in the Silverrudder? Henrik started very well with his yellow Proa. He had a very good speed over the line and were keeping up with several boats as well.
I expected the Proa to be doing 2 knots,
Yeah.
but he's not, is he? How fast do you think he's going?
I think we're doing maybe 7 knots there.
Yeah.
It's not going slow, I can say.
Not at all, and you can tell by I can't say the mainsail, his sail, that it's well powered up, isn't it?
Yeah. So,
look at the depth and the volume in that sail.
Yeah.
So how does
fantastic.
he? It does look really good, doesn't it?
I've never seen anything like this before, so...
Hey, amazing. And that must be quite fun for you to be a multi-hull aficionado, to see a boat of that caliber and type racing here. He's going really fast. Look at that.
Yeah, see he leaving the Corsair in the dust there. Okay, it will be a different story when they start to go.
I traveled to the northern part of Funen and fly out with my drone to get some good shots of his boat. And here you can see he's not alone at all, and it's and doing very well. After like 40 nautical miles. After he disappeared in the horizon from my drone, I didn't know what happened, but the other day I called Henrik over a video call, and he is on Marshall Island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean right now, and he will tell you the story of the rest of the race and the adventure. Here we go. Tell me where you are and what you are doing there.
I'm in Marshall Islands right now. I'm here for a project with a small canoe school.
Yeah.
Canoe in the sense of outrigger sailing canoe. Design and build emission-free watercraft for transportation. Yes, we just yesterday we shipped 2 of our catamaran designs. The land is really tiny. The highest elevation is 1 meter.
Ooh.
That's it.
That's it.
So it's really a water world, and in an environment like this, you absolutely need boats. The culture is a sailing culture. Everything is rooted in these outrigger canoes.
Silverrudder journey there. So maybe you can just say how the trip was in the end. How did you handle the little belt and tell us the story.
Yeah, it was amazing to give you the summary first. But little belt was really hard. With the speeds that I could make off of Funen in the light winds, I could just make it at 2 a.m. This is exactly what happened when I entered the little belt. Then it was 2 a.m. in the morning, and the tide was slowly turning against me, but there was still enough wind, so I had to tack up the lily belt. Keep in mind, my boat doesn't tack in 1 second. I have to take the sail, bring it to the other end, so it takes about 50 seconds. Shunting, exactly. Taking up a small, like a narrow water is not really my favorite thing to do. I crossed the first bridge, no problem. Just before the bridge, the wind completely died. It was like hitting a wall. There was nothing there. Maybe I was stuck 50 meters in front of the bridge, current against me, no progress whatsoever. I could just match the 1.5 knots of current. Then I had a very funny duel with Ilvi, the Maxi with the junk rig. We were right next to each other. So whenever we got a little bit further into the wind shadow, the current was too strong, pushed us back in the wind. So we would go back and forth. Together we did that like 5 or 6 times. Then at one point he got enough speed, and because his boat is a little bit heavier with the keel, he got more momentum to push through the entire fleet there was stuck, and I got eventually pushed into the shoreline. You can see on the tracker how shitty the tacking looks. I don't know, you can count how many shunts I did on that day. So anyway, tacking was quite slow, but I think I managed to keep very well with the other boats. Later, wind actually picked up a lot. Well, at one point I was doing 10, 11, 12, jumping from wave to wave. Everything I could reef because it was shitloads of wind. That reefing actually, that was like the nail in the coffin. I was already quite exhausted from being in for 30 hours. But from there on, it was just straight to Svendborg Sound. And this was downwind, dead downwind. So I put up the full main, because after 10 the current is also shifting against you. So I said, okay, I have to be there before 10, otherwise I'm screwed. There was one international Volker boat. She got stuck. She came in just behind me, like 30 minutes, and she got stuck. She had to wait there for 5 more hours. 4 more hours. It was a bit scary because I almost got backwinded. So when that happens, the wind hits the sail from the wrong side. When going downwind, and you basically do an accidental jibe. But it's way more catastrophic when it happens on my boat, because then the wind is just, the sail is just backed. And I basically just turn around. And under the bridge, that's the last thing that you want to happen. And I made it over the finish line. I think after 34 hours.
I think you did an amazing performance, Henrik, because I can see your struggle here on the tracker, and it didn't look easy at all. You told me before the race about the last bridge there. It was narrow, it was stone and so on, but you managed to navigate.
This bridge in Svendborg is really the end boss, because it's I don't know why they put all these sharp rocks in front of it. It doesn't make sense to me.
Did you manage to sleep anything at all during the trip, or?
Not really.
Okay,
I also didn't have any hallucinations or anything. What other people told me. 5, 6 hours were hard. I was pretty exhausted after that, but it was generally okay. Nothing broke. Everything worked fine. So I never used autopilot before. It works actually very, very well on this kind of boat. Exactly this guy. This guy exactly. And I've been exactly where you are. With the case open. Because quite frankly, the design could use some improvements. My failed, so I had to fix it. Oh, amazing! You need to tell me how you do that.
I can tell you how to do it. And Henrik, the question: will you sail Silverrudder again?
Honestly, I don't know yet. But it's not about wanting; it's more about can I do it? Was an amazing challenge. For making these videos. I mean, it's very nice that you're so after it, and that you like to show these what people do to their boats, what they think about it, what is their motivation, everything. It's really great to cover that. So just thank you for taking your time for this.